Lone star Armando Brogia impressed the new owner and Ralph Hassenhoote insisted he wants to stay. Southampton produced their best performance of the season in front of their new owner, Dragan Solic, and swept aside Brentford in this rearranged fixture. Ralph Hasenhüttl's team have hit a rich seam of form, with this result following on the heels of the impressive away win against West Ham United and a draw against Tottenham Hotspur, and here an attacking sharpness which has been gradually building in recent weeks found its fullest expression yet. The 20-year-old Chelsea loanee Armando Brogia was outstanding, feasting on Brentford's high line, leading the Southampton press with gusto and crowning his performance with the decisive goal shortly after halftime. Afterwards, Hasenhüttl expressed the hope that he might be acquired permanently. "He likes it here, he wants to be with us, I think, you can feel it," he said. "Brentford, unusually, were outclassed. They looked a little slow and flat. Our performance was definitely not good enough," Thomas Frank, their head coach, said. "We know that we need to be playing every second of a Premier League match at 100% and we didn't do that today in terms of focus, winning the duels. On the ball, we didn't take enough care of it in the decisive action." Southampton took the lead with a perfectly executed corner. James Ward-Prowse's delivery to the near post was devilish, curling and dipping wickedly into that zone of maximum peril. Jan Bednarik only needed to apply a glancing touch and so he did, diverting the ball past Álvaro Fernández. Brentford looked discombobulated by the early concession and could have been 2 down had any Southampton player been able to connect with Broja's enticing pass across the goal face. Ward-Prowse then had a long-range shot deflected wide. Brentford's equaliser came more or less out of nowhere. Bryan Mbeumo surged onto a pass down the right and sent a cross into the area. Vitaly Janelt ghosted onto the ball and produced a left-footed volley, cutting slightly across the ball to send it spinning into the far corner. A slice so sweet it could have been Millionaire's shortbread. Southampton had a half chance to regain the lead, Oriol Romeu poking over instinctively. That was the precursor to a period of pressure which ended with another goal from a corner. A long delivery drifted towards Ibrahima Diallo on the far side. The Frenchman struck the ball into the turf and his awkward bouncing shot squeezed in off the far post courtesy of an unintentional ricochet off the diving Fernandez. It took Broja only 4 minutes after the interval to get the goal his performance had deserved. Romeu played a brilliant pass from inside his own half, curling around Pontus Jansson and into Broja's path. The Albanian had 3 yards on Jansson and the pace to hold him off, and was able to carry the ball into the area and get his shot away unchallenged. He snuck the ball low to Fernandez's left and the keeper's hand couldn't prevent it from nestling in the bottom corner. Even Brentford's clever, clockwork free kick routines were malfunctioning, with Mads Roerslev caught offside as Jansson tried to play him in. Hasenhüttl introduced the Scottish duo of Stuart Armstrong and Che Adams, the latter returning after a brush with COVID, and the striker soon deepened Brentford's misery. They were caught out by a lofted ball down the middle, well controlled by Adams, who poked it cheekily past Fernandez. Brentford finished strongly, creating a couple of late chances, with Ward-Prowse making a brilliant sliding intervention to deny Jon Wissa a tap-in, and Fraser Forster saving superbly from Mbeumo, but the result was long since settled. Hasenhüttl's coaching, with one of the shallower squads in the league, remains highly impressive. Half of Southampton's outfielders here have been phased into the first team this season. Broja, Lyanco, and Romain Perraud arrived in the summer, while Mohammed Salisu and Diallo are in their sophomore campaign but seldom started last season. Having rarely departed from Hasenhüttl's favoured 4-2-2-2 before this term, Southampton looked assured in a 3-5-2 here. "Every season we lose our best players, we have to start again and again and again," Hasenhüttl said. "You have to keep going and keep finding solutions. If you're one-dimensional, you have no chance in this league." With Hasenhüttl at the helm, Southampton will always have a fighting one. Southampton, F. Forster 8, J. Bednarik 8, Lyanco 7, M. Salisu 8, N. Tella 8, J. Ward-Prowse 7, O. Romeu 8, I. Diallo 7, R. Perraud 7, N. Redmond 6, A. Broja 8. Brentford, A. Fernandez 5, K. Ajur 5, P. Jansson 4, E. Pinnock 4, M. Roerslev 6, S. Baptiste 5, C. Norgard 6, V. Janelt 6, S. Canoes 5, B. Mbeumo 6, I. Tony 5. Booked, Tony.